Hi students, how are you? Actually today we are going to start with 12th standard mathematics. Now the first chapter as per your request we considered as a logic. Now this chapter carries the 6 marks in your board syllabus, that is a state board syllabus, okay? Now this logic is an important word which we are using every day like logic, right? But in this logic we are going to study first what is an English. It doesn't mean that I am teaching you English. Here we need to know about the meaning of what is called as first sentence, then statement, then compound statement, and so on. So first of all, the sentence. Now whenever we are writing any group of word in English, we call it as a sentence, right? Now in sentence there are the different kinds of the sentence we are using in our everyday life. Now total 5 types of the sentences what we are using. I hope you have gone through the groundwork which I gave you on Google, what we can say, forms, where all the working on Google slides, that first 2 slides will be consisting of the all knowledge about the what is the meaning of sentence, what is the meaning of statement, what are the different type of sentences are there, but out of which we are going to consider that is a declarative or assertive statements. What is the meaning of this? Because this kind of statements are having a total value. Either it is yes, either it is no, or in terms of logic, we write it as either it is true or either it is false. A simple example, like Amit is a good student. Now when I am saying Amit is a good student, it is an declarative statement. It is understood that he is a good student, right? But if I say open the door, this is a command I am giving, right? Wish you all the best, that is an operative statement that I have given you the different types there in that case. But here we are going to consider only the declarative or assertive statement for our mathematics. Now what is the meaning of compound? Now this compound statements is what? Like we are going to use some connectors. Now again the part of English come, that is a grammar, right? When 2 or more sentences are joined together by a single word or group of words, and they are called as an connector. On board I have written there are the total 5 connectors I gave you, that is and, or it is also called as conjunction in logics, or it is called as disjunction in logics, negation, or it is also called as a not, it is nothing but inversion, then if and then and if and only. But out of which first we will consider what is the meaning of compound statement. In logic we are going to represent the statement with a small letter P, Q, R, S and so on. So like suppose if I give an example, let P with the statement as I said, Amit is a good student. If I am saying this is my statement P, and Q statement I am writing, that is Aditya is lazy boy. I have given any random statement. So here P and Q, these are the 2 statements I have given you. Suppose I want to join them, that means I am going to make what? Compound statement, right? Now I can use all of these words, how it is, like, and if I am using here, that is P and Q, that means what? Amit is a good student and Aditya is a lazy boy, right? Second, Amit is a good student or Aditya is a lazy boy, right? Now we can't use that negation over here. I can write negation for P. Amit is not good student. Negation. Okay? Or Aditya is not lazy boy. I am using not lazy boy. I am not saying Amit is a not good. I am saying just Amit is a not good student. I am not saying bad word. I am not going to opposite word. We have to introduce only in that case no or not in terms of negation. That will consider whenever we are going to go ahead with this all the kind of statements. So it means that compound statement we can write down with the help of PQRS and along with these connectors. Now today we will consider the first statement, that is first kind of the statement what we are using, or the connector is nothing but the and, or it is also called as conjunction. Okay, now it is nothing, it is represented by this particular symbol. Now if I am using this, I could write down P and Q. What I am going to read? I am going to read that Amit is a good student and, right, Aditya is a lazy boy. That is a way how we can write down about it. And now since there are the what we can say 2 statements are there, Now there is a one more thing we need to know about its truth table. Now first of all, the truth value. Amit is a good student, statement is true. But Amit is not good student if I am saying statement is false, right? So here we need to know that what about the truth table. Truth table means this particular table, the end part will give you the idea about that value, whether it is a true or whether it is a false. Now if there are the two initial compound statements or two statements are there, then you will be having the total four values. Now how? Now that we will see about how to draw the truth table. First I will take P, second I will take Q, and the truth value will be P and Q. Right? So this is the way how we are going to write down our the truth table. Now, if you remember when I taught you in 11th standard about the chapter, if you remember probability, right? If the coin is tossed two times, remember how I told you to write down H, right? T, H, T. Are you getting the different all the cases? Yes. So similarly, I can write down T, F, TF, and TF. Right? Now, true and true will give you the true, and rest of them are false. So why it is so? Because true and false is false, false and true is false, false and false is false. So here, how to keep in mind this statement or this and or conjunction. Conjunction we can keep in mind in that way. If both are true, then true, or else it is false. I have given this in your Google slide, all the shortcuts, everything. You just try to read them. So what I said, so suppose if I give you two statements S and R. If I say S is true and R is false, so what about the S and R? Obviously it is F. I am going to find out T, F, F. So according to that, you have to keep in mind when true and true is true, or else it is always false. So this is about what we are saying about the and, or it is also called as a conjunction, or it is shown with the help of this sign. Now this we can relate to even your set, relation and function. If you remember set, relation, function, out of which sets we are saying that there are the certain words we have used that is common and all. So we use the word, remember, we use the word union and intersection. So this is the intersection of that particular case. Now when we will come to know that, then we will see. Now next things that we wanted to go ahead with is that the second one, this is the first and we have considered. Now next is or. Or this is also called as disjunction, and it is denoted by or. Okay, now this is our or and this is our and. Right, so that shortly we'll come to know when we solve the problem based on that related to logics in that particular case. Now the about the or. Now or is what? When two statements, suppose if I say the first statement is P, I am write down that Amar is rich and Q, Seema is good. Both statements are different. There is no any logic in between them. There is no any relation. I am just using any two random statement. Okay. Now how we can write down with the help of this? I could write down P or Q. This now this particular sign, to try to understand what I am saying, this particular sign gives an idea about the equivalence. Means same is equivalence that Amar is rich. Okay. Or right, or I am writing Seema is good. Right, so this is the second case we are saying about a disjunction where we connect them with the help of that or. Now how we are going to utilize or how we can draw that truth table of that particular case. Now again we'll consider PQ, P or Q. Then this is true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. This you always keep in mind. The method is this to draw that table. Okay. If there are the two, what we can say, statements. Now true or true, it is true. true or false, it is true. False or true, it is true. False or false, it is false. Now, what is the meaning of this? Amar is a rich or Seema is a good. True. But Amar is rich, Seema is not good. Still it is true. Amar is not rich, Seema is good. It is true. And now, very important, Amar is not rich, Seema is not good. Both are the false statement, false. Right? So here, how to keep in mind the shortcut for this particular OR table is that we can say that when both are false, it is false, otherwise it is true. When both are false, then it is false, otherwise it is true. So this is your the what we can say second, that is a disjunction or. Now our third, that is a negation. Now the third case that we are going to write down is negation, or it is also called as inversion. Okay, and it is denoted by this particular sign. If you remember this sign, this sign is belonging to what? This sign is belonging to, that is a similar sign, if you remember similarity of triangle. Okay, now if I say P is a statement that Rohit belongs to Ratnagiri. Okay, simple statement. Now I want to write down the negation. So negation P, this is equivalent to Rohit does not belongs to Pandit. So negation P, that is Rohit does not belongs to. Kiva only if you say not belongs to Ratnagiri, then also it is fine. So they are not showing, they are not looking out for your grammar, they are looking out for that word. You don't have to say that Rohit is belonging to Mumbai. No, Rohit not belongs to Ratnagiri. That's it. Suppose if I want to make the negation of this, P is a Amar is a rich. So negation P will become Amar is not rich. You don't have to say he is poor. You have to use the word not. Seema is not good. Right? Another statement we can write down for that. Amit is not a good student. Aditya is not a lazy boy. So this is about the negation. Now how we can write down the truth table for this? Now P and negation P, because here there is only a single statement and single value we can write down. If it is a true, it is false, and if it is a false, it is true. So suppose if I am writing negation 2 times, okay, negation 2 times, the Rohit not belongs to Ratnagiri. So negation on negation P does, I am going to say that Rohit is not belongs to Ratnagiri. No, that's opposite, like opposite to that statement, we can write down Rohit belongs to Ratnagiri. So that means we can write down in short about the negation is that negation of P, therefore negation of P and its negation will be always equal to P. So this is about the negation. So we have done till here the what we can say, these three what we can say connectors: conjunction, disjunction, inversion. Right? How they are going to ask the question? Write the truth value of the given statement. Suppose if I give you P and R or Q, if P is true, Q is true, and R is false. Okay? How I am going to write down that? First I will write down P, that is true and false, and R true. So true and false is false. See? True and false is false, right? And false or true is always true. So what is the truth value of this? Is true. This is the way how they are going to ask you the single mark question based on that. Like they might be asked you like 2 answers, 2 questions at the same time to get 1 plus 1, that is a 2 marks. So that is about your these 3 connectors where we are going to write down about the compound statements. Okay. Now the 4th connector we are going to use is if and then. It is also called as. Now the 4th connector that we are going to use, if and then, it is also called as implication, and it is represented with the help of sign called as an implies. Okay. Now let us consider the 2 statements. Suppose P, triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle and Q, two sides of triangle are equal. Okay, how we can use this statement, or how we can utilize this? If triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, then two sides of the triangle are equal. Or we can also write down two sides of the triangle are equal, then triangle ABC is an isosceles triangle, right? How we can write down this implication? Now P implies Q, where P is called as the first part of the statement is called as an hypothesis, and Q is called as an its result, or it is also called as conclusion, right? So this if and then is also read it as P implies Q, right? So that is the way how we are going to utilize that particular case. Now how to draw the truth table for this? So again, truth table we can write down PQ, P implies Q. So again, true, true, false, false, TF, TF. Now here it is true, false, true and true. So that is the way how we can write down the truth table for this particular case. Oscar. Now, how we remember this table? It's easy. How? True, if true, then false, it is false, or else it is true. What I said again? If true, then false, it is false, otherwise it is always true. That is a shortcut to remember this implies or implication or single implies if and then statement in logic as connector. Okay. Now next is that we are going to write down about the fifth, that is if and only if. It is also called as double implication. Now double implication means what? It is simply double implies sign, and it is if and only if. So likewise the statement. So suppose if I say P is the statement, triangle ABC is what we can say isosceles, or we can write down here isosceles के बदले equilateral, and Q is a statement all sides of triangle are equal. Okay. Now see, if triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle, only if all sides are equal. Correct? Now, is it possible that triangle ABC is an equilateral triangle if all sides are not equal? Not possible. Understood what I am saying? Third, triangle ABC is not equilateral triangle only if all sides are equal. Is not understanding properly, is not proper statement. But triangle ABC is not equilateral triangle, then all sides of the triangle are not equal. Statement is true. So first statement was true if triangle ABC is equilateral triangle only if all the sides of the triangle are equal, right? And my last statement was if triangle ABC is not equilateral triangle only if all sides of triangle are not equal. Again this condition is true, right? So we can write down the truth table for that, like P, Q, P double implies Q. Now this is true, true, false, false, true, false, true, false. Now what I said, the first statement was correct and the last statement was correct, that is true, while either of them are false. So how to remember this? If both are true or both are false, for double implication it is true or else it is false. Yani, when both are true, both are false, it is true, otherwise it is false. So this is a double implication we can say about if and only if, and it is shown by this particular sign. So this is about the fifth operator based on double implication. Now actually I wanted to explain about that P implies Q, how it is equivalent to what statement in terms of and or. Similarly for P double implies Q, what is the meaning of P double implies Q? If P implies Q, then Q implies P. This is very important part that we need to know when we are going to actually in your Google Slides, whatever groundwork I gave you already here the more table as it shows an equivalence between them, but that we will take in some other part of the chapter. Since these 5 tables are the heart of this chapter, this is you keep in mind, and you try to understand the question again. We can say that if I give you the question P implies R, like if P is true and R is false, then what is the truth value of P implies R? Now what was our case? True, false, it is false, otherwise it is true, right? Suppose if I give you the statement like P or R and implies Q. Now suppose if I am saying P is true, R is true and Q is false. What is the truth value for that? P or R implies Q. So how I will write down that? First I will consider P or R. So that is P or R, that is true or true, it is true, right? Then true implies Q was false. So what is true implies false? What was true implies false? It is false, otherwise it is true. So our the final answer for this particular case will be false. This is what we are saying about the kind of question they could ask you based on this knowledge. So you need to understand the type of question that they are going to give you, but you first get clear with this all 5 what we can say connectors along with their truth tables, along with their implications about their equivalence relation. So equivalence relation we will take in our next lecture, but at present this is just basic ideas I will give you about how the logic connectors are used in logics.